All right, good afternoon and welcome into Estes Field here on the beautiful campus of Central Methodist University. This is Rachel Moore, Assistant AD and Director of Athletic Communications here at CMU, bringing you game one action between the Central Methodist Eagles, who are ranked number 6 in the country, as they take on the Warriors of Waldorf University out of Forest City, Iowa. This is game one of a 3-game weekend series. We'll have Game 2 at about 3:30, or just depending on whenever this game is wrapped up, and then we'll have another game for you guys tomorrow afternoon. Quentin Norris will be on the call for that one. So first thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and get your starting lineups. We'll start with the Waldorf Warriors. Batting first, number 3, Grouch. Number 1, Amaro. Number 11, Watulka. Number 9, Miller. Number 5, Smith. Number 21, Hibble. Number 10, Gurney. Number 2, Jorge. And number 8, Carr in the 9th spot. And your pitcher today is number 20, Ryan Meyer. We'll go ahead and set the defense for your Central Methodist Eagles here in the top of the first of game 1. Out in center field, number 5, Bobby Nichols. Number 7, Valentin Cerna Jr. He's playing second base today. 21, Tanner Sears is over there at third. Carlos Negron is playing right field. Jeremy Conforti is your DH. Number 11, Zeb Wheaty's playing left field today. Number 29, Joe Weatherford over at first. Dominic Van Dorn is your catcher. David Soriano, number 2, is your shortstop. And coming into today's matchup with a 5-1 overall record, number 18, senior Sebastian Escobar. And then joining me on the call today is my very own graduate assistant, Miss Caitlin Streeter. So Streeter will be doing a few different things. She'll be talking, doing the stats, a little bit of everything. So she'll provide insight as we go along here. And then Clara Crowley also running the stream for us over here on my left. So we got the A-team in here, don't you think?
I think so.
All right. We'll see how we do. We'll let the people be the judge of that. How about that?
They don't need to judge us. It's okay.
Okay. Fair enough. So we'll get things started here. This is Riley Rauch. First pitch. Just gets the outside corner for strike 1. He falls behind in the count. 0-1. Riley, a junior. This says middle infielder from Pierce, Minnesota. I'm in soccer mode apparently still. Here's the 0-1. Taken for a ball. Counts now even at 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Just a little bit inside for ball 2. Rauch moves ahead in the count. 2-1. Again, the Eagles come into this matchup 18-4 overall. A little bit low, it just catches the plate, so counts now even at 2-2, while the Warriors are 10-7 overall in regular season action. This is a non-conference 3-game series. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled back from Roach. Count's going to remain even at 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Way outside for ball 3, so Rauch will move ahead in the count 3-2. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fouled off again. Rauch, 17 games played, 65 appearances so far, batting .338 with a .449 OBP. Here's the 3-2. Punched him out, got him. He knew right away as he instantly turned around, and that's the first out of the inning for Escobar, and that's going to bring number 1, Colby Amaro, to the dish. Amaro, junior catcher slash first baseman, 5'10", out of Grass Valley, California. Batting .267 in the 2 spot. And that ball just gets him on the shoulder, so that's going to give him a free trip to first. And with 1 out, Waldorf's got a runner at first. And that is going to bring number 11, Tyler Watulka, to the dish. 6'3" junior out of Nucla, Colorado. Here's the first pitch from Escobar. A bit low for ball 1. Again, the Eagles will have 2 more games against the Warriors. They'll have obviously one after this about 3:30, and then they'll have one tomorrow afternoon to conclude it. So second pitch, foul back into the parking lot. So Escobar, a right-handed senior out of Monteria, Colombia. Definitely the ace of this pitching staff. Escobar checks the runner at first. And that ball is skied into right field. You've got Nichols and Negron giving chase. It'll be an easy fly out to right for Carlos Negron, and that'll be the second out of the inning. So Amaro will make his way back over to first base. And that'll bring number 9, Ryan Miller, to the dish, senior outfielder out of Reno, Nevada. Ryan batting .414 and through 29 at-bats. He's got 12 hits, 3 doubles, and a couple of home runs, and 11 RBIs to his name. Here's the first pitch. Taken for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. A little bit outside for ball 1, so count moves even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the first. This is the series opener between your number 6 nationally ranked Eagles and the Warriors Waldorf University. Here's the 1-1. Runner goes. Van Dorn, not in time though. So Amaro's going to get a stolen base with 2 outs, so that puts a runner in scoring position with 2 balls and 1 strike. Checks the runner at second. Here's the 2-1. Checked his swing. Counts now 3-1. So Escobar in a little bit of trouble here, as I think he's already thrown 15 pitches here in this opening inning. Not too much work yet, but not finding the strike zone quite as well as you'd like. Here's a 3-1. Low and inside for ball 4. So Miller will take his spot over at first. Runners now at first and second with 2 outs. Atticus Smith, Jr. out of Kent, Washington. Batting .280 so far this year through 50 appearances at the plate. He's got 9 runs, 14 hits, and a couple of doubles to his name. He's got a good spot to drive in a couple runs maybe. Here's the first pitch from Escobar. Fouled back to the screen for strike 1. Checks the runner at second. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A little bit low for ball 1. So counts now even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, the Eagles jumped up to number 6 in the first regular season edition NAIA Coaches Top 25 poll. They came in preseason ranked number 22, which came out in November. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That ball is skied into the parking lot, and someone's poor car is probably going to take a hit or 2. I know all about that, don't I?
Yeah, you sure do.
Mm-hmm.
How's that windshield?
It's been fixed. It's been fixed now. So I've gotten over that trauma, and we'll move on to the next thing, you know? So here's the 1-2 from Escobar. High and outside, ball 2. So 2s across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the first. And Escobar trying to work out of a little bit of jam here in the opening inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Again, fouled back to the screen, so Atticus Smith battling here in the top half of the frame. Waldorf making Central's #1 pitcher work here in the early stages. Checks the runner at second. Escobar throws back to Soriano. Nothing doing, so no pitch. Count still even at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 from Escobar. Low and inside in the turf. Ball 3, so full count. Smith's got an opportunity to load the bases here with 2 outs. The runners will be going on this pitch regardless. Here's the 3-2. Lined right back at the second baseman for the 3rd out. So good job by Escobar to get out of a little bit of a jam there. So we will head to the bottom half of the frame. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left on base. Nichols, Cerna Jr., and Sears coming up for your Eagles. So we'll take a quick break. You are listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here on the Hart Conference Network.
Which
Bales takes this shot, whips it in, and it's in the back of the net!
All right, so we'll go ahead and set your defense really quickly for Waldorf. So Rauch is over at second, Amaro at first, Watulka in left field, Miller your DH, so he won't play defensively. Smith is in right. Hibble is playing third, Gurney catching, Jorge is at short, Carr is in center, and then Meyer is obviously your pitcher. So we'll go ahead and clear that off your screen for you, and we'll get the batting lineup for Central here, perhaps in between innings. So Nichols leading off for CMU. Fouls that one back to the screen for strike #1. And I have to give a shout out to some of his family. Miss Auntie Gail is watching, as well as some of his other family and friends. So we talked about it the other night. So shout out to you guys for tuning in all the way from, I guess, Detroit, Michigan. I don't know exactly where, but we appreciate you guys tuning in as always.
he's always talking about you, especially the other day. He came in the office to sign that poster, and that's when he was like, let's get a shout out next time.
Yeah, so Bobby, here's your shout out. Auntie Gail, here's your shout out as well. Appreciate you guys tuning in as always. Count is now 1-1 on Nichols. Bobby, a senior out of Detroit, Michigan. He's going to ground that one over to third. He's going to fire over to first. So that's a 5-3 ground out. And good strong arm there by Hibble as he rifled that over to Marl at first for the first out of the inning. And our scoreboard operator needs to clear the outs. It still says that we have 3. I'll have to tell the boss. First pitch to Cerna Jr. It's taken for a strike, so count is now 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ball sent back to short, rifled over to first. A little bit too high, so he's going to be safe over there first. A bang-bang play. We'll see what we elect to give that an error, so that'll be probably an error, I assume, on the third or on shortstop. A little bit too much of a throw. Would you agree?
I would agree.
All right. Let it be known. E6. So Cerna Jr. gonna move from first to, or excuse me, over there at first now. That's gonna bring Tanner Sears to the dish. Tanner playing third base today. Here's the first pitch. Rifled right at the shortstop, but it's going to be a 6-4 fielder's choice, I would guess you would say. Would you agree?
I don't know. That throw was almost an error since it went over the first baseman, but I don't really know how you want to put that in statistically speaking.
I think it's probably a 6-4 fielder's choice, but actually, I'm going to have to think about that. Stand by. All right, so that is going to be scored as a fielder's choice for Sears, and then he goes to second on air by the shortstop, and Cerna Jr. out at second. So 2 outs for CMU, but again, they've got a runner in scoring position now. And that is going to bring number 20, Carlos Negron, to the dish. Carlos batting .515 through 68 at-bats. He's got 35 hits, 9 doubles, and 12 home runs to lead the way, and he and Sears are, I've said it before, they're two that you want at the plate when it's crunch time.
Absolutely.
So
I know Tanner definitely carried a lot last year with a lot of, I don't know how many home runs he had specifically, but he definitely had quite a few. And it's crazy to think that Negron has 12 on the year and Tanner has half of that. He has 6 right now.
Mm-hmm.
So he's definitely got the bat on the team.
I was going to say the bats are hot for CMU right now, and that's something I think they've been missing the past few years, but they've certainly turned it on here, and you can see it in their record, 18-4 overall. I think they're 3-1 in conference play. Actually, 7-1 as that ball is fouled for Negron. So their only blemish in conference play was a series opening loss to William Penn. That was actually Escobar's first and only loss of the year. So runner checks at second. That ball lined over to the first baseman, but that'll just be a simple ground out to third unassisted. So we'll head to the top half of the second. Waldorf coming up to bat for CMU. No runs, no hits, 2 errors, 1 left on base. Due up for Waldorf is Hibble, Gurney, and Jorge. So we will take another quick break. Actually, we'll go ahead and set the... What do I need to do? Set the batting lineup for CMU? What did I not do?
Yeah,
I don't
you
remember.
did the defense last time.
So, Claire, if you want to throw up the CMU lineup, even though they're not batting, just to give the people an idea. Let's go ahead and clear your overlay there. There you go. And go ahead and switch over. Yep. Yep, and you'll just hit overlay for CMU. Yep, so Bobby Nichols led things off in center field. Cerna Jr. playing second today in the 2 spot. Tanner Sears, number 21, is playing third. Carlos Negron in the cleanup, playing right field. Jeremy Conforti is your DH. Zeb Weedy is playing left. Joe Weatherford over at first base. Dominic Van Dorn is your catcher. And then in the 9 spot is David Soriano, and he is playing shortstop. So we'll take a quick break, about a 30-second commercial break. So we'll be right back. You've been listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here on the Hart Conference Network. All right. All right, welcome back. We are still scoreless here in the top of the second of game number 1 between the Central Methodist Eagles and the Waldorf Warriors. At the dish now is number 21, Anthony Hibble. First pitch fouled off for strike 1. That ball sent over to Soriano. It's short. He's going to rifle that over to Weatherford at first, and that's just a simple 6-3 ground out. So 2 pitches, 1 out here in the top half of the second. Not much of a better start, other than you just get him out on the first pitch, would you say?
What was your question?
Wow.
I'm sorry, I was trying to get you some food for later.
Okay.
Actually.
Okay. Well, killing me, Smalls.
I'm sorry.
Killing me.
I'm a little hungry, so I was thinking about the food instead of the game. My bad. I'll refocus.
You guys. All you GAs. All you just care about is eating food. Just kidding.
Sorry.
It's my favorite part, post-game meal. That's what I like to do.
Yeah.
Robert Gurney now at the dish. Moves even in the count. 1 ball, 1 strike on Escobar. Gurney batting .172 with 5 hits, including a double and a solo home run. Give a shout out to Mr. Jeff Sherman, who's walking across the way here. Said hi to Clary. Didn't say hi to me. I'm a little offended, but it'll be okay.
Yeah, he's being a distraction, but not even, contributing. Come on.
2-1 pitch here from Escobar. Top of the second, 1 out. Here's the 2-1. And that gets away from Van Dorn. Counts now even at, no, not even. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's a 3-1 pitch.
Ooh, that was a nice line drive.
No, not bad by Sears over there at third. Gets the job done. Second out of the inning.
He really is a utility player coming off of catching most games, and then he's out at third today.
Has he ever pitched before? I feel like at some point he has pitched.
Yeah, it hasn't been this year. I think
No.
it might have been last year. Can we look?
Yeah, I'm sure you could. Yeah, he's your true utility player. Does a little bit of everything. Number 2, Juan Jorge now at the dish. 6'1" senior out of the Bronx. Batting .227 here through 44 plate appearances. Escobar falls behind in the count, 2-0.
It looks like in 21-22, Sears was making appearances as a pitcher.
Okay. That would make sense. Jorge swings and misses at pitch number 3, so Escobar battling back in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Yeah, Sears hasn't, I don't know if he's done much pitching last year or this year, but it's because you probably want his presence at the dish, and you can see why. Swings and misses on that one, so count is now even. 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the top of the second. Escobar looking to go 1-2-3. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Got him. Jorge knew it and just walks back to the dugout. So that'll do it here for the top of the second of game number 1. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. Coming up for CMU in the bottom half of the frame is Conforti, Weedy, and Weatherford. So we will take a quick break, and we'll be right back. You've been listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here on the Hart Conference Network.
No matter where you are in your educational journey, Central Methodist University is here for you. With CMU, you can learn on our beautiful campus in Fayette, Missouri, earn a degree completely online, or attend classes at one of our many statewide sites. Whichever path you choose, you will get a quality education that will prepare you for the future you envision. Select one of our programs of distinction in music, biology, or nursing, or choose from more than 60 degree options offered at the undergraduate and graduate levels. And if you decide to join us on campus, you will be able to take advantage of all the university has to offer, including dozens of clubs and organizations.
Streeter.
No matter where you are in your educational journey, Central Methodist University is here for you. With CMU, you can learn on our
All right, so bottom half of the second, Jeremy Conforti making his first plate appearance.
Oh.
First pitch from Meyer is going to be skied into right field, and that is just going to be foul. So you can see Conforti's trying to swing for the fences early on, and I'm not necessarily mad at that. I don't think you can ever be mad at that.
It's always good to see a first pitch pitch hit.
Yep, I would agree. Jeremy batting .361 so far this year through 61 appearances at the plate. He's got 22 hits, including 8 doubles, 3 home runs. He's driven in 16 RBI. He's got 5 walks and a .420 OBP. So here's the 0-1. Second pitch, a little bit low and outside, but said it found the strike zone, so here's the 0-2 pitch. And just a little bit low for ball 1. Jeremy, a junior infielder out of Villa Park, Illinois. Here's the 1-2. That one's lined into foul territory over past the Waldorf dugout.
I'm going to give props to the third base and first base coaches for standing out there. I feel like I'd definitely get hit.
Yeah, I would too. I think if I was just in the dugout, I would get hit. The ball would somehow find me, you know?
Yeah.
And that ball's fouled back. Eagles led by head coach Nate Breland, as that ball is skied into center field, but not going to be deep enough, and that'll just be a simple fly out to 8 for Jeremy Conforti. And that'll bring number 11, Zeb Weedy, to the dish. Zeb, a sophomore outfielder out of Harrisburg, Missouri. Zeb batting .354 with 2 doubles, 2 home runs. Here's the first pitch from Meyer. A little bit high for ball number 1. Again, the Eagles will have 2 more games against the Warriors. The second one will be, of course, today after game 1. That ball is sent out of play into the right field, or I guess just behind right field over here, out of your screen.
Headed towards the softball field, right?
Headed towards the softball field. Softball's not doing too bad as well, would you agree?
I would agree.
I would agree.
I think they got a solid team again. But they were young last year. I mean, they're still young, but...
Yes. Last year, I think they had 6 or 7 freshmen starting, at least somewhere in the lineup, so they were young, and if you make it to a World Series your first year...
It's pretty impressive.
You were going to be a problem for the rest of the Heart of America and the NAI. So take notes on CMU softball as well. They jumped up to number 4 in their respective NAI coaches' top 25 poll. I think that matches their highest ranking in program history. Here's the 1-2 from Meyer. Wee's going to send that one into right field, but lined right to Smith. So that'll just be an L9 for those following at home on your scorecard, and that'll bring number 29, Joe Weatherford, to the plate. Joe batting .262 with 4 doubles and 4 home runs. He's driven in 18 RBI so far. And he's got a couple stolen bases to his credit. So here's the first pitch. Taken for ball 1. So again, CMU baseball ranked number 6 in the country, and then you've got CMU softball ranked number 4. So I don't know very many teams that have 2 in the top 10. That's just a ground out from second to first. So we'll talk more about CMU baseball and CMU softball as we head to the top half of the third. 0 runs, 0 hits, 0 errors. No one left on base. Carr, Rauch, and Amaro coming up for the Warriors. So we'll take a quick break. You are listening to CMU Eagles baseball here on the Heart Conference Network.
Bales takes this shot, whips it in, and it's in the back of the net!
Phase.
All right, welcome back. Quick out for CMU here in the top of the third.
There's just a little grounder to the second baseman, a little 4-3 action for you.
So, quick out for Central. That's going to bring Rauch back to the dish. Again, he's playing second base today. Moves ahead in the count. 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Ball a little bit low and outside for ball 3. Escobar struggling a little bit with his command here in the early innings. Here's the 3-0. And that'll be a 4-pitch walk for Rauch. So he'll take a free trip over there to first base, and that'll bring Marl to the dish. Escobar throws over to Weatherford at first, trying to keep Rauch on us there. As he led off with a 4-pitch walk. I think that was a 4-pitch walk, right? There weren't any.
Correct.
No. So just a 1, 2, 3. First pitch, that is going to be skied into center field, and Nichols has to go back. He's at the warning track and just keeps it inside the park for a loud out number 2. And again, Bobby, I'll give you a shout out right now. You protect my center field camera out there at all costs. Did he? He bumped it slightly? That's okay. We can easily adjust those cameras, but if you demolish it, then
That'd be more of a problem.
that'd be more of a problem. So I'll take a little bit of adjusting here and there. So Bobby, we appreciate you protecting that. Escobar checks the runner over at first, throws back to Weatherford, nothing doing. And this is going to be number 11, Tyler Witkulka. In the 3 spot, Escobar again throws back over to Weatherford, trying to keep Rauch on us at first. Here's the 0-0 pitch. First pitch taken for ball number 1, a little bit high and outside. And I do like our center field wall, though. My only knock would be anytime you touch it, the entire thing seems to shake.
No matter where you're at in
Yeah.
it, too. It just.
The whole thing gyrates, so.
But I think it's probably good to have some give, like when they're running into it.
That's true. I think before, what was it, a concrete wall? Cement? I don't know what you call that.
I don't even remember.
Yeah. So it was a little more sturdy for our cameras, but again, it's probably a little more painful if you ran straight into it. So I'll give him the benefit there. Again, third throw over to Weatherford at first, and again, so they're concerned about Rauch over there in the leadoff spot. Here's the 1-1. Rauch goes. Hit and run. Nothing doing there. A ball fouled off for strike number 2. And we'll get a time call and perhaps a different baseball. That is indeed what happens. CMU looking to move to 19-4 overall with a win today. Waldorf 11-7 if they pick up a win. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's going to be sent over to second. Just a simple 4-3 ground out to retire the side. So again, we head to the bottom half of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on base. Due up for the Eagles is Dominic Van Dorn, David Siriano, and Bobby Nichols in the leadoff spot. So we'll take a quick break. We head to the bottom half of the third. You are listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here on the Hart Conference Network.
in green.
All right, so Dominic Van Dorn coming to the dish for CMU. He'll be leading off here in the bottom half of inning number 3 as we are still scoreless between Central and Waldorf. That ball skied into left field. First pitch, one out for the Warriors, as that's a loud out number 1. David Soriano will come to the dish, batting in the 9th spot today. Oh, I think we played the wrong walk-up song. Sad day. That's okay.
It'll be all right.
We're not perfect. First pitch taken for strike number 1. Yeah, amongst all the failures going on here in the box, Clara is doing well on the stream, I would say. Soriano sends that one over to short. Good pick by the first baseman. And again, I think we're probably about 3 pitches in, but 2 quick outs for the Warriors. And Meyer not doing too bad today. Still no hits on the board for either side. Now Bobby Nichols coming to the dish. Again, want to give a shout out to his family and everyone tuning in, especially Auntie Gail. Here's the first pitch. Right down the middle. Taken for strike number 1. Here's the 0-1. Pitch number 2, taken for strike 2. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Meyer. Going to make it a quick inning. That ball is going to be sent over out of play in foul territory on the right side of your screen. Again, Waldorf 10-7 overall, but giving CMU everything they can handle here in the first 3 innings. Here's the first pitch, and Nichols strikes out. So a quick inning for Waldorf. They retire the side in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We're going to head to the top half of inning number 4 as we're about halfway home here in game number 1. So we will take another quick break. Again, you are listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here on the Hart Conference Network.
No matter where you are in your educational journey, Central Methodist University is here for you. With CMU, you can learn on our beautiful campus in Fayette, Missouri, earn a degree completely online, or attend classes at one of our many statewide sites. Whichever path you choose, you will get a quality education that will prepare you for the future you envision. Select one of our programs of distinction in music, biology, or nursing, or choose from more than 60 degree options offered at the undergraduate and graduate levels. And if you decide to join us on campus, you will be able to take advantage of all the university has to offer, including dozens of clubs and organizations, a robust student life, and top-notch NAIA athletics. Discover what makes us different and how a degree from CMU can prepare you for the future. Discover Central Methodist University today.
All right, so we are back, top half of the 4th of game number 1 between your number 6 nationally ranked Central Methodist Eagles and the Warriors of Waldorf University. This is
The number 4 batter, number 9 Miller.
Thank you. DHing today. First pitch taken for ball number 1. Again, we'll probably have about a 20-25 minute break in between games, so you'll be able to catch game number 2 right here on the Hart Conference Network. That second pitch taken for ball number 2. Again, no hits yet between both sides. So the pitching has really really done well, besides a few walks and a couple of errors by the Waldorf defensive. The reason for some of those runners that were left on base, but here's the 2-1 fouled off. Count moves even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Here's the 2-2. A little bit inside for ball 3. Count moves in favor of Miller. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Escobar again looking to work out a little bit of a jam here in the top half of the 4th. Here's the 3-2. Fouled into the parking lot. Didn't hit the bus, though. Did you see that?
It looked like it was about to, and then it went right under it.
Yep, we've got a Seam Eagles bus over here on the left side out of screen for you folks, but we were watching it to see if it was going to hit in, and it did not, so our folks will be happy. That ball fouled back again.
Uh-oh, that one might go over there.
We have ran out of baseballs, I think. Oh, we've got a couple more now. So full count here, still on Miller. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the top half of the 4th inning. Game number 1 between CMU. Here's a 3-2 pitch. That's going to be lined right at Weatherford.
He made that look so easy.
He did. Well done. Well done, Joe. Joe, 6'4", senior utility player. And again, I think I've said this before, but there's a reason you want your tall folks over there at first base, and they can just snag them out of the air.
On the corners, really.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Number 21, Anthony Hibble. Or am I one behind? Nope, I'm one behind. Atticus Smith, number 5. First pitch taken for a ball. Here's the 1-0. It's going to be fouled back out of play here in the dugout. Count now even at 1-1. Here's the 1-1. And that'll just slip past Cerna Jr. over there at second base, and that'll go into Negron in right field. So 1 out single for Smith, and now it'll bring number 21, Anthony Hibble, to the dish.
That's our first hit of the day over there.
It's our first hit of the day, yeah. Say both pitchers have done well here in the early stages. Getting a little bit of trouble with some command on both sides, and you had a few walks and some errors by the Waldorf defense, but other than that, not too bad. So first hit of the day goes in favor of the Warriors. First pitch from Escobar is fouled off by Hibble. Hibble falls behind in the count, 0-1. Escobar checks the runner at first, gets the sign from Van Dorn. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Van Dorn throws it back over to Weatherford. Nothing doing, so count remains even at 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Again, thrown over to Weatherford at first. Trying to keep Miller honest over there. It is Miller, right?
Yes. No. That's Smith.
Smith.
Atticus.
I would say Miller as the DH. I don't think he would be running, so that would make sense. Here's the 1-1. The runner goes. Bloops into center field right in front of Nichols, so a little hit and run for the Warriors puts them in scoring position for potentially their first run of the game. They've got runners in the corners with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. That is going to bring number 10, Gurney, to the dish. So back-to-back singles for the Warriors. We've got runners on the corner now. On both corners, runners at first and second. First pitch. That's going to be sky deep into center field. Nichols is going to have to chase that one down at the warning track, and he just gets it. But that should be deep enough to score the runner from third, so that'll be a sacrifice fly. And just like that, Waldorf, 2 quick hits and then a sacrifice fly into deep center field gives the Warriors a 1-0 lead here in the top half of inning number 4. So the offense has gotten going for Waldorf, and good timing if you're a Warriors fan, because that's the bottom half of your order, finding their groove. So first pitch to Jorge taken for strike number 1. Swing and a miss. And he's got a run over there at first. 2 outs, though. Escobar got him chasing on pitch number 2, so Escobar quickly ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th, trying to minimize the damage here. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Bounces off of Van Dorn. Runner's going to move from first to second, and he is safe at second base. So a couple of, I assume that's going to be a wild pitch. We'll see what the people think. We would agree. So a wild pitch moves that runner from first to second, and looks like Larry Riddle Jr. warming up in the bullpen for CMU just off the left side of your screen. Here's the 1-2. Got him. Swing and a miss for Jorge. So 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on base for Waldorf. CMU looking to answer here in the bottom half of the frame. Due up for the Eagles is Cerna Jr., Tanner Sears, and Carlos Negron. We'll take a quick break. We actually won't run a commercial, but we'll be right back. You are listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here on the Hart Conference Network. All right, welcome back to Eagles Baseball here on the Hart Conference Network. This is Rachel Moore, Assistant AD and Director of Athletic Communications here at Central. As Cerna Jr. is going to lead off the bottom half of the 4th. That ball is sent into shallow left field, and that'll be easy work for Watulka over there on the left side of the screen. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Myers, and he's had quite a day here. He's kept one of the hottest offenses in the country off the board through 3 complete innings of work. So Tanner Sears will come to the dish, batting in the 3 spot. Again, utility player. First pitch taken for a strike. Sears falls behind in the count, 0-1. His second pitch, taken for strike number 2. So Sears quickly falls behind 0-2 here, and Myers likes to work quickly here. Here's the 0-2. A little bit outside. Catcher wanted it, but ump said no, that's a ball, so we'll move to 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Again, the catcher tried to see if he could hold that one. Maybe he can get the ump to change his mind, but ump said no, so count is even now at 2-2. Here's the 2-2 for Meyer. Sears bloops that one just past the shortstop and into left field, and that'll be a 1-out single for Tanner Sears. And just like that, that's the first hit of the ball game for CMU. So both sides have finally broken through in terms of getting hits, and that's all in the 4th inning. And that'll bring number 20, Carlos Negron to the dish. Carlos, first pitch taken for strike number 1. And folks that follow the Eagles, he was actually the Cajun Collision Tournament MVP when they went down to, I think that's in Shreveport. Again, that's sponsored by NAI Ball. It's become one of the biggest preseason tournaments in the country, and a lot of top-ranked teams, and CMU's been there since the beginning. It's year number 4 for them, and Negron named tournament MVP, and an absolutely stellar showing for Central. Here's the 0-1 pitch, bounces away from the catcher, and Sears will make his way from first to second. I assume that'll be a wild pitch, but we'll see what the people think.
Yeah, that was definitely a wild pitch. Our umpire's going to take a little break there. Looks like he got hit by it.
Say so. Umpire don't feel too good, and we'll take a little bit of a pause in the action while our AT, Peyton Klein Hesseling, takes a look at him. So we'll take a quick break. You're listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here in the Hart Conference Network. All right, so the ump is okay, back and ready to go. So 1-1 pitch with Sears over there at second, runner in scoring position now for CMU. Here's the 1-1 from Meyer. Negron fouls that one off. He'll fall behind in the count. 1-2. Here's the 1-2 from Meyer. Check Sears over at second. Here's the 1-2. Got him. No look. Not a no look necessarily, but caught him looking on that case, and that's going to be strikeout for Meyer, and he's had a pretty good day for the most part. Would you say, Streeter?
He has. He definitely has. This year it looks like his record is 3-2, but he definitely pitched last year for Waldorf too, going 6-3 overall. I'm looking to see he had 71 strikeouts last year, and this year so far he's had 27. So he definitely is an arm that you want out there if you're trying to win games.
I was going to say, I think he's probably the ace, and he's going up against our ace in Sebastian Escobar, and you can see why, because we've only got 1 run through about 4 complete innings of work. So Jeremy Conforti, who is DHing today, is at the dish now. He's going to try to see if he can bring Sears home from second. That ball is going to be sent over to the third baseman. Third to first for a quick out number 3. So just like that, the inning is over, and Meyer continues to hold one of the top offenses in the country scoreless. Really kept him off the base paths here early on. So we're going to head to the the top half of the 5th. So in that previous inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base for CMU. Coming up for Waldorf is Carr, Rauch, and Amaral. We will take a quick break. We'll actually run a commercial for you guys. Again, you are listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here on the Hart Conference Network.
Bale takes this shot, whips it in, and it's in the back of the net!
No matter where you are in your educational journey, Central Methodist University is here for you. With CMU, you can learn on our beautiful campus in Fayette, Missouri, earn a degree completely online, or attend classes at one of our many statewide sites. Whichever path you choose, you will get a quality education that will prepare you for the future you envision. Select one of our programs of distinction in music, biology, or nursing, or choose from more than 60 degree options offered at the undergraduate and graduate levels. And if you decide to join us on campus, you will be able to take advantage of all the university has to offer.
To start this inning, we have a pitching change for CMU. Larry Riddle Jr. is now out there on the mound. This year, he's gone 1-0 so far, just with one win. Let's see who it was against. One of the first William Penn game of the second day. He got that win. He got Carr in a little ground ball action right there. I'm doing double duty, doing stats and play-by-play today with Rachel. So sometimes I get a little distracted when she's not helping me. But she's always good. She always carries everything that we do. Riddle's ahead in the count now with the 2 strikes. No balls on number 3. We got something going on with the mound here, it looks like, from the up. Looks like they're going to have a conference between the ump and Nate real quick. I would assume they're talking about something along the lines of what a balk is for this pitcher and how he's stepping on the mound.
So Nate Breland, head coach of the Eagles, probably doesn't agree with the call, so he's going to get some clarification from the ump. Number 26.
All right, we got a 1 and 2 count. We'll see where we go from here.
Here's the 1-2 from Riddle.
Another foul ball into the net. Ooh. Got him swinging with a little throw down. Make sure he's out.
So Rauch swinging a miss, but a 2-3 strikeout swinging for Rauch. That'll be your sequence for those at home watching the stream and keeping up with stats.
Got number 1 up to bat right now.
Colby Amaro, junior out of Grass Valley, California, sends that one over to Soriano. Here is a 6-3 ground out. So good inning for Riddle coming in relief here in the top half of the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. 2 up for the Eagles: Zeb Weedy, Joe Weatherford, and Dominic Van Dorn. So we'll take a quick break. You are listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here in the Hart Conference Network. First pitch from Weedy. That's going to be a leadoff double as it finds the gap between center and right field. So just like that, Weedy's got a leadoff double here in the bottom half of the fifth.
It's good to see we're now 2 and 2 with hits between CMU and Waldorf.
Again, a low-scoring game, but again, your two top pitchers on both sides. Although Escobar's day is done a little bit earlier than you probably would have liked, but again, command just quite wasn't there today, even though just gave up a couple hits. But first pitch called strike number 1. Two balls, one strike, no outs here. Correction, 1 ball, 1 strike. I made the mistake of following the scoreboard operator then, my own statistician, so I learned.
Yeah. He didn't offer that time. He pulled it back.
That's okay. Here's the 1-1.
Nice little bunt.
Little bunt from Weatherford. It's going to be a sac bunt as he moves the runner over from second to third. Dominic Van Dorn now at the dish.
Did they just, we got a pinch runner, I think, over there?
We do. So that'll be Nick Tampa running over there at third, number 9.
Sometimes they're so sneaky when they move in and out of positions. I'm like,
They do. And sometimes the umps will let you know, sometimes they don't. Here's the 0-0. Pitch taken for strike 1. Here's the 0-2. One, two, that ball lined into left field, and that's going to get over the fielder's head, and that is going to plate CMU's first run of the game, and that'll be a 1-out single for Dominic Van Dorn as he brings. What'd I say, single?
yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. I was just like,
Double. Excuse me. And with that, Van Dorn as the catcher will get a courtesy runner, number 3, Trey Vorwald. So he will come in at second, and Soriano will come to the dish in the 9th spot, looking to see if he can put Central out in front. Game is currently tied at 1-1. So maybe just like Waldorf's bats with Meyer, maybe CMU has been able to figure out Meyer. There is a hard hit ball over to second base, and I'm going to think that's probably going to be an E4 on Rouch over there at second base. Again, Soriano's quick, but probably should have just been a simple 4-3 ground out. But puts runners at the corners now with 1 out.
I think on those plays it's always tricky to make those judgments, but it was right under his glove and right off of his leg, so he was right there for it. He definitely could have made that play for you.
And we'll have a conversation here at the mound. We'll see if we get a pitching change, and I think we might, and we'll see who comes in. Or maybe just a conversation. So we'll take a quick break here as we've got a mound meeting. You're listening to CM Eagles Baseball here on the Heart Commerce Network.
All right, we got Bobby Nichols up to the plate, and he hit it through the left side over there, scoring that other run, giving the Eagles the advantage now. First pitch to Cerner is just a little high. At a 1-0 count. Just missed the corner over there, making that a 2-0 count up here for Cerna. Got a called strike, just a little inside, really close to that line, but must have really skimmed the plate there. The 2-1 pitch is high again. Cerna's ahead in the count here. Got a hit over to the right fielder. A diving play over there. Tries to throw in and get Bobby at first. Looks like he's just a little off his mark, probably from trying to stand up out there. We got number 21, Tanner Sears, up to bat now, looking to drive in these two runners at first and second, put us just a little bit further ahead. The 0-0 pitch with 2 outs. He's going to foul it off for the first pitch. Like we were talking about earlier, Tanner has one of the bigger bats on the team, and it's always good to have him in these high-pressure positions because we know he's going to swing the bat. He gets under it just a little bit over to the right side. The right fielder's going to track it down right next to the line in that inning for us. Going into the top of the 6th, we have 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on base. And we're going to take a little break here, and we'll come back and get you the next inning. All right. Waldorf has number 11 up to bat now. Riddle's first pitch was just a little bit off the mark. Got a 1-0 count. He fouls that second one off into the net, saving our cars from the parking lot because it hits the net. He hits one right back to Riddle, who just picks it up and tosses it over to first base with a quick 1-3. Number 9, Miller, is coming up to bat now. He's in that 4-hole for Waldorf. Got a called first strike for him, putting Riddle ahead. The 0-2 pitch. He's going to ground it to Sears over at third. He throws it to first. Quick first 2 outs for CMU here. Number 5, Atticus Smith, comes up to the plate now. He fouls that first pitch off down that left side. Got a swing and strike for the second. It's going to get us an 0-2 count with 2 outs. The batter's going to have to battle back, but we hope that Riddle can close it out right here. Smith fouls another one off to that left side. Ball was just a little bit high and outside. On the 1-2 pitch, it's going to be that same high and outside, just a little bit out, but just enough to get a ball rather than a strike call. Another foul back. People sitting behind the plate probably jumped at that one. It came right back on him pretty quickly. The 2-2. They're looking to see if he went on that pitch, and he did. A quick 1-2-3 for that inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. For CMU, coming up at the bottom of the 6th, we're going to have Negron, Conforti, and Weedy. We're going to take a quick break for you, and we'll be right back.
Bale takes this shot, whips it in, and it's in the back of the net! Yeah!
Leading off at the bottom of the sixth is going to be Carlos Negron. First pitch. He's going to foul it off. Ball just missed the mark a little bit. The 1-2 pitch coming in. I'm going to be just a little bit outside for that 2-2. He's going to line it out to right field, and the right fielder dives for it but doesn't quite make it. But we're going to probably record that one as a hit. It was just a little bit outside of a routine play. It's going to give Negron a triple, the first CMU triple of the year, actually. Looking at stats before the game, they hadn't had any this year. Negron's last at-bat had been a strikeout, so he was coming to the plate looking to get some action and to recover from that strikeout. Up to bat now is number 33, Jeremy Conforti. He's our DH today in the number 5 spot. First pitch just a little bit inside. Got a called strike for the 1-1. Conforti's last at bat, it looks like he grounded out to the third baseman. Meyer got him to chase that one just a little bit outside, and he's ahead now in the count with 1-2. Conforti fouls that one off. Staying at a 1-2 count. No outs and a runner on third base. CMU's looking to score again this inning. Make that lead just a little bit bigger. Conforti swings and misses that one. Bringing up number 11, Zeb Weedy. Weedy led off the bottom of the 5th with a double to right center. First pitch to Weedy. It's going to be another liner out to that right center. It's going to score Negron and give him a triple. Our second triple on the day and of the season for CMU. Joe Weatherford up to bat now. He sacrifice bunted last time he was up to bat to score Vorwald, who had pinch run for Weedy. He fouls that second pitch off, and he's going to be an 0-2 right now. A little behind in the count. We have another runner on third base and only one out. We're looking to keep scoring if CMU's bats keep swinging. Yep. That pitch just a little low. One and two pitch. Weatherford fouls that one off too. He's battling. He doesn't want to look at that third strike. Another foul ball. That one was closer to the bus this time. Another 1-2 pitch. He pops that one. It's a high fly ball in center, and it looks like the center fielder is going to track it down. But Weedy gets to score on that hit. So we're going to have a sac fly out there. Give Weatherford an RBI. Number 12, Dominic Van Dorn, comes up with 2 outs. First pitch was just a little outside. Puts him ahead. He puts one high in the air over to the right side. I can't quite see it, but I know it's out of play as long as they don't catch it, which it looks like they didn't because the pitcher's got a new ball. Van Dorn doubled to left center in the bottom of the 5th, his last at-bat. Another called strike for Van Dorn. Got a 1-2 count. Van Dorn lines it down to the third baseman. Throws it over to first. Easy little 5-3 there for them. Round out that inning, he had 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and no one left on base. Due up for Waldorf is Hibble, Gurney, and Jorge. We're going to take a quick break. Got number 21, Hibble up to bat now for Waldorf. Last time he was at the plate, it was against Escobar before we made our pitching change. He was the second hit of the game for Waldorf. He's got a looking strike now. Miss Rachel Moore's back.
Sorry, guys. To deal with some nonsense, if you will, but got it squared away. There's always something going on. So,
Hibble's got a single through the left side, right between Tanner and David.
I should leave the press box more often. Look at that. 4 runs, 6 hits. I don't think there's any errors. Can't see on the board over there.
There are not.
So,
I prefer you didn't leave the press box more often, though.
I'll try not to. Sorry.
What did he say?
Someone, re-entered it first. Not sure if that's a courtesy runner over there or what the case is. Take a look.
Unless I missed a pinch hitter, maybe. It's possible.
So Gurney now at the dish. First pitch from Riddle. First pitch taken for a strike. Easy there.
What did you say when you opened the door?
But they got a re-entry at first base.
That ball sent into shallow left field. Easy work for the left fielder. So,
Dang, I missed that one.
fly out to left field. That runner stays put over at first. Miss a pinch hitter.
Yep, number 17. Pinch hit.
Ordonio. Yep, easy re-entry though. Easy fix for the stats over here. So, and then you just re-enter him, it sounds like.
Yep.
So we've got another pinch hitter. This is Ryan Webster, junior outfielder out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Here's the first pitch. It's going to be fouled out of play. The CMU scores a pair of runs in the 5th and 6th. Take a 4-1 lead here over the Warriors. Say Riddle steps off, resets, checks the runner at first. Here's the 0-1. That ball is crushed into left field. That is going to bounce off the wall. And that is going to be a 1-out double for Webster. And he moves runners. He's got runners now at second and third with 1 out. So Rouch is going to bloop this one into shallow left field, and that is going to plate another run for the Warriors. That brings Webster from third to home. So just like that, the lead has been trimmed to 4-3. That'll bring out pitching coach Jordan Schwellenbach. We'll have a conversation with Riddle here as the Warriors plate 2 quick runs. So we'll take a quick break. You're listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here in the Hart Conference Network. So quick mound visit from Coach Schwellenbach. That'll bring number 1 Colby Amaral. Swings and misses at that first pitch from Riddle. He's got 2 outs here in the
Top of the 7th.
top of the 7th. So Waldorf looking to tie this one up here. They've got only 1 out to work with, and they're down to their last strike here. Say Riddle, I think he'd get the save if he can hang on here. They've got a runner on first. Here's the 0-2. Runner goes. Van Dorn throws over. Not in time, though. That is a stolen base for Rouch. And he's now in scoring position. Counts now 1-2.
You always got to pay attention to those leadoff batters. They're generally the ones that are going to go steal all those bases, especially like CMU's leadoff is Bobby Nichols. He's known for stealing those bases.
I was going to say at some point here soon he's going to be the all-time stolen base leader in career history for CMU. It's getting ever so closer to that mark. Here's the 1-2 pitch. A little bit outside for ball 2. Count is now even at 2-2. Yeah, your leadoffs are normally those speedsters. So again, those are the ones you got to watch for. So if you're Waldorf, you like having Rouch over there at second. If you're CMU fan, you're a little bit nervous. But here's the 2-2 pitch from Riddle. Punched him out. Got him. So 2 runs for the Warriors, and they make this one close. But Riddle's able to settle down, and he punches out the final batter of the inning. So that's 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 1 left on base for the Warriors. That concludes game number 1. CMU takes this one by a final of 4-3 here in the first game of the day. CMU 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors, compared to Waldorf 3 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors for the Warriors. So Central with that win is going to improve to 19-4 overall, 10-8 for the Waldorf Warriors. Game 2 will be coming up here shortly. Again, we'll be on the call for that one. So we'll be back here in about 25-30 minutes. So appreciate my staff for all that they do, and I'll give them a shout out here. Caitlin Streeter running stats and doing a little bit of color for me as well. Clara Crowley running the broadcast and the stream, doing all the commercials and whatnot, all the nonsense that we have her doing in between. Tim Crowley running the stats, or not running the stats, doing the scorebook, doing the PA and the music. Luke Green on the scoreboard as well. Annabelle Mawson wandering around somewhere getting some game day photos. So that'll do it here for game number 1. CMU holds on for a 4-3 win in game number 1. Game 2 will be coming up next. So we'll be back shortly. You've been listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here in the Hart Conference Network.